Robert out in Naples, Florida. Seems to me yesterday we had someone from Largo, Florida, and today we got somebody from Naples. The Floridians are out after us. What a beautiful state. My son Lon, my oldest son Lon, and my two grandkids, Lucy and Henry, all moved out to Miami. They were out there for a good year, and we, boy, visiting them out. They lived out in Coconut Grove. What a great little area. Warm. We were back here freezing. It was really nice. And now they've moved on to France. I don't know, but it's hard to see them. Okay. Anyway, Robert writes to me and he says, I have a good Denon unit with very good Burr Brown DACS. Burr Brown is a semiconductor manufacturer like TI, any number of analog devices. So Burr Brown is just another one of those chip DACs that he's talking about. And I listen to 2-channel audio on SACD most of the time. I hope it's Octave Records, at least in there a little bit. Would there be any benefit to get an external DAC? My unit is about 15 years old and has Burr Brown PCM 1792s. Ooh, venerable. Those were great DACs. Would the newer chips give much of an improvement? Yeah, they would. So I want to say a couple things about DACs. First off, DAC chips have come a long, long way since the 1792. And Burr Brown made and still makes some of the very best chips out there. But technology in digital audio is progressing quickly. And the newer chips from just about anyone, AKM, TI, analog devices, I think I've mentioned before, those are all based on sigma delta modulators now. And I don't believe the Burr Brown PCM was. I think that was one of the last of the old ladder DACs. And ladder DACs can be cool, but once you switch over to sigma delta based DACs, which we've talked about this before, sigma delta based DACs. You try and say that a whole bunch of times. Sigma delta based DACs are basically DSD. So they take the analog, the PCM data, they run it into this modulator that turns it into essentially DSD. It's, I think it's, instead of 1-bit DSD, it's typically about 3 bits of DSD. And then from there, it gets reconverted back to PCM. And they do that because now DACs, who used to be, you'd be lucky to get 18 bit accuracy out of it, 20-bit. Now we're into the 24-bit, 32-bit. And you really can't pull that off successfully, excuse me, with a ladder DAC because of the tolerances required between the elements or the steps in that ladder, which happen to be current sources and resistors. It's just almost impossible to get that kind of tolerance. So what they do is they use this same thing that we do in DSD, the sigma delta modulators, and those make a pretty good approximation of that. And you can get 32-bit dynamic range, which is amazing, and linearity. So yeah, it's time to upgrade, absolutely. But there's a little history on DACs for you. Okay, thanks for the question. Talk to you later. Bye.